If there is one thing that I wish I would have learned earlier, it is to know the strength that is in asking for help. Hello, my honeys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Emmie. I'm a nutritionist. I'm the creator of the Slim on Starch program. If you want to work with me as well as your own personal mindset coach and nutrition coach, click the link in the down bar. Click the link in the down bar right now. Do it. Don't even think about it. And you and I could be on a call as early as tomorrow. If you are looking for motivation, inspiration, if you are struggling at all, or just need to know that yes, this can work for you, this is the video for you. First, we're gonna watch all of the befores for my clients that have had tremendous success with working with me inside of the Slim on Starch program. And the reason why I wanna show you this is because oftentimes we say, that's so great for them, but it won't work for me. There's just something wrong with me. I've screwed up my metabolism. It won't work for me. I've done a million things before and it's just not going to work. Your feelings are completely valid because you don't have evidence that this has worked for you yet. And that's exactly how so many of my clients felt, as you are going to see. But then we're gonna shift into the afters and you're gonna hear their stories. And after identifying so much with what they say in their befores and then seeing their afters, the question I want you to ask is, why not me? If it can happen for all of them, that's really just evidence that it can happen for you too. How do they do this? How did my clients become so successful? They asked for help. They swallowed their pride and they asked for help. And if there's one thing that I wish I knew how to do before the age of 26, it would be to ask for help. Asking for help was something I was so resistant to for so long. Why? I'm not really sure, and I don't think it even really matters why, and we don't even need to dig through why it is that you're resistant to help. But let's just drop whatever it is, and it's time to write the next chapter. We cannot write the next chapter if we keep rereading the last one. And if the last chapter has had you be resistant to help, then let's leave that in the past. Let's start a new chapter. Asking for help in my life has created so much abundance and success and happiness and health and fulfillment. And I want you to see that with the clients that I work with as well. If while you're watching this, any of this resonates with you, that is proof that this can happen for you too. And if you hear anything and you say, oh my God, that is me, then pause the video, click the link in the down bar, apply to work with me. This is going to happen for you. You deserve this. Health and happiness is not something that is reserved for other people besides yourself. Every single person on this planet that has a pulse deserves to be happy and healthy, and that includes you. No more of this narrative about how other people can be happy, other people can lose weight, other people can be successful, but it's not just gonna happen for me. We're done with that. We're keeping that in the last chapter and we are writing the next one, and it includes asking for help so we can leave that in the past and start the next chapter, which is the rest of your life, which you absolutely are able to do. All right, let's get into the befores.
I had spent a lifetime trying to lose the weight. My husband will call it the 32-year diet, but it's actually been well over 50 years. I was just mentally and emotionally done with dieting. And I was just going to have to resign myself with the fact that I was going to be pudgy, matronly, and miserable. And I just didn't want to be that middle-aged woman. I want to be young and vibrant.
My story is not atypical of most women in their 50s. You know, I've gained and lost weight in various ways over those 3 decades, had 2 kids. And I got to the point where when I looked in the mirror, I did not see myself. Like the picture of self that you have, I started just in the last few years saying, this is not me.
I was confused. I'm like, why is it that the harder I try, the more out of control I am? And it was a struggle. Like all my life after that was just dieting, over exercising, gaining weight, losing weight. And it was just up and down, up and down, up and down. I was not comfortable in my body. I just wanted to like rip myself free. I was not happy with the way I looked. And I felt trapped and frustrated and like powerless and defeated. And I was just like, why can't, if I want to be fit and healthy, why can't I achieve the results. Like,
I was always on this like yo-yo situation. So I'd be eating really healthy and then I would drop off. I just felt lost because I was either like super healthy, like, oh, I'm like strictly vegan. I feel good. I would lose weight. I feel fit. And then all of a sudden I would just stop working out and, eat the pizza, eat the fast food. I'm like, okay, well, now I need to get back on it. Just like weeks on, weeks off. And oh my God, I feel like I kind of just lost control.
I have tried everything. So I think in the past, if I had had a lunch off planned, then it made me feel like the rest of the day is shot. So I might as well have some cookies and candies and cakes and top it off and all of my favorite foods because tomorrow I've got to get back on. So it was just this horrible cycle.
Well, over 40, this could be the new us. Carrying an extra couple pounds, losing this weight wasn't going to happen. And this was the new me, but I kind of didn't want to succumb to that. I really did not feel 100% confident in a bathing suit. And we were at the pool all summer long. I didn't like that feeling.
Growing up, I was always one of the fat kids and kind of got scarred by that as a kid, but always frustrated with not having control of that aspect of my life. For 10 years, I've kind of been looking for the secret sauce on how could I get a handle on this.
I tried so many different diets. I started to really believe that there was something wrong with my body, like that I had a hormonal imbalance or thyroid issues or something, because like nothing seemed to work.
I have been struggling with my weight since I was a child. I've tried everything. I had tried every diet from keto, alternate day fasting, 24-hour fasting, intermittent fasting.
So I'm 44 now and things are changing. And what I was doing worked for a long time, but then it kind of wasn't really working anymore. Gaining weight, losing weight.
When people say they've tried every diet, I've tried every diet. Over 30 years, I've been trying to figure this out.
I didn't want to wear the clothes that I had because I wasn't feeling good outside of my clothes. I felt like I had to kind of strategically dress in order to feel good. At one point, I kind of felt maybe ashamed. I was struggling with that. I was like, I just need to get back to me, to my old self.
I have struggled with my weight for pretty much my whole life.
Unfortunately, I was struggling with losing weight actually for a really long time. I'd probably say for the last 10 years, it's been something that has been on the to-do list, so to speak. I'd come close. I would do things that would enable me maybe to lose a couple of kilos and I'd get onto a really good thing. And then next thing, something would just push me off and then I'd gain all the weight back. Everyone else who's losing weight, they've got this worked out, and I was just lazy and that I just had the problem. When I would look in the mirror, I would look at myself and think, like, I'm not at my best and I don't feel my best right now. And it just really sucked. And I felt guilty complaining about it.
Initially, it was really shallow. Like, I just wanted to lose my baby weight. I was struggling and I wanted to look better. But I think midway through the program, I realized that my ultimate goal was not about the weight loss. It was about a better relationship with food and a better relationship with myself.
Because I was thinking on the lines of like, I am so past help. I've tried all of these ways to lose weight. It's just not working for me. I can't do it. Like, it's just, the weight's just always going to be there.
I just didn't know what to eat anymore. I didn't know. And I thought I was eating healthy and I thought I was eating the right foods, but I felt also a little like really insecure about the way I looked. I didn't feel like I looked like myself, and I really want to feel good about myself. I really want to feel beautiful again. I just felt weighed down. I just wanted a more sustainable version of me. I just didn't want to be puffy one week and thin the next week. I just needed some consistency. I remember being on vacation with other girls and telling them, I used to have a beautiful body. I was so afraid that I would never see that version of myself again. I was so afraid that it was gone.
And you always have that one person who goes, you look fine. Wait, why? And it's like, it's about how I feel. Like, I feel gross.
I was sort of at this point where I was like not really feeling like too good about myself. I was sort of just like at like a dull point, and I was just like, I want something to change. I want to be back to myself.
But suddenly I woke up one day and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I am a size 14 and I am not fit and I don't like that. So I started out doing a lot of crash dieting because that's where I ended up finding myself. And I did everything. I did the master cleanse. I did juice cleanses. I did water fasting, which is basically just starving yourself for a couple days. I did the military diet, and I did so many different things. And yes, my weight would drop, but then I'd be like, oh my goodness, I can have food again. And then it would all come back. And I was really frustrated. And I thought that I was a binge eater. And I think just the thought of me thinking that I was made me that way. And I ended up doing the binge restrict cycle a lot. I felt trapped. I want to be healthy and I want to heal my relationship with food once and for all, because this is taking up way too much of my emotional energy. Literally, I'd look in the mirror and start crying. I just hated the way I looked.
I was struggling and I didn't know why. And I would watch videos and I would read books because I tried and failed so many times before, not from a lack of effort, but a lack of knowledge.
Arthritis was bad. It would hurt, in my hands and also in my spine, actually. And I couldn't stand for a long time. So the arthritis was keeping me from having the art career that I wanted and also just exploring new places.
All right, if you watched any of that and you said, okay, this is part of me, this is part of my journey, then please cue the afters.
When we met, I weighed 261 pounds. 261. I said, yeah, I'd like to be under 200. You said, no. What's your dream weight? What do you want to weigh? Emmie, if I could be 185, I'd be on the moon. And I remember telling you that, and you said, you're going to see that. And I said, there's no way. And now I'm at 168.
I was 136 pounds, and then I got to 109 pounds. And I never could have imagined that I would have had this level of success. Like, it got to a point where I was just like, actually, I don't want to lose more weight. By the way, I lost all my weight. I just want to say this. I lost all my weight, no exercise. Wow, like my sex drive is back. When that part is good, you just feel like happier and more vibrant. And
I've lost 20 pounds, and that's where I was when I was getting out of high school, going to college. I've had the pleasure of working with you, and you are the real deal.
I can't say enough about this program. This program has given me the gift of mastery. I can master my weight and be wherever I want to be. I know how to maintain at any given weight. It's so easy. It's not like the diets where it's like, okay, I know what to do, but it doesn't taste good. No, it's like, I know what to do and the food tastes good. Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win situation.
First of all, when I got to my goal weight, I was like, wait a minute, that was fast. Each week it would just keep going down. And then it kept going down. And every week I would say, oh my God. Each week until I said, okay, I'm painting my clothes on. It has to stop. It just happened faster than I expected it to happen. And with so little effort. I was like yelling, I have to stop losing weight because I need to fit my clothes. I don't need to keep going. I've been maintaining this lower weight. 10 years ago when I started dieting, I would not have believed that I could eat as much food as I'm eating, be the weight I wanted to be, maintain it, and have it be this. I just feel like because this huge weight has been lifted, everything else has just been balanced. I've gotten a promotion at work. I mean, my kids are doing amazing. My marriage is doing amazing.
I feel like myself again. I have finally healed my relationship to food. The freedom I am experiencing now in my everyday life is incredible. When I did the weigh-in that week, I saw that I was losing weight. And for every week in quarantine, I just lost more weight. following the program, my weight just came out effortlessly.
I have far exceeded what I wanted to lose on this SOS program. After over 50 years, it has finally clicked. So I can't thank you enough. I am 66 years old and very proud of it.
After being in your program, I don't think I've binged since or restricted. It was just this, that makes so much sense. So there's so much to learn in this program, and don't feel like I've tried everything, I'm hopeless. If I can do it, you watching out there can do it also. If any part of my story sounds familiar to you, or if it's something that you're struggling with, you should do yourself a favor and sign up for this program. It was an important thing to invest in. You know, you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of everyone else as a mom. So I knew all the things. I thought I knew all the things. And then after being in your program, I learned so much more than I ever thought. So
the weight started coming off, and that was, hey, we found the secret sauce. Finally, I lost 30 pounds, a little more than 30 pounds. Emmie, you've changed my life, and I really appreciate it. I'd recommend it to anybody.
This is seriously the best I have felt in my life, in my 32 years on this planet. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy that you seriously changed my life for the better. I mean, this was like seriously the best decision I made in my life. Like, that's not an exaggeration at all. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I didn't even say I lost 13 pounds. I didn't tell everybody. And so I lost 13 pounds and it was crazy. And I think I lost like 9 pounds in the first 3 weeks. My body's like, yes, let me purge this right now. And it was just so quick.
Just fill out the form. It's a complete game changer because it will completely change your life.
So far, I've lost 40 pounds and I feel amazing, and I'm still doing it. I'm not giving up.
You're kind of battling these feelings of like, do I need to do this? Like, is this program just for people that need to lose lots of weight? For me, it was so much more than losing the weight, and that's what it can be for people, like the mental side of it, and just like healing that relationship with food, like getting, once you take the eyes off the food and stop worrying about that, you can focus on your real life and your relationships. And but during the 8 weeks, I lost 3 kilos, went down 2 dress sizes, finally went down to a stable weight as well. So the emotional progress was the biggest game changer for me, just having that mental and physical alignment. Like, it's great to lose weight and to feel good about yourself, but to be happy and healthy and have that all aligned, it just blew my mind how my mindset changed.
Drum roll, I have now lost roughly 8 kilos, roughly 20 pounds. It just started dropping off like rapidly. Like I said, now I don't even try, and I literally lose on average 1 kilo a week. Literally every time people see me, they're like, what the hell? Like, you're so tiny now. You're so slight.
Why would you not want to do something that makes you feel so much better? Because what have you got to lose? It has become something that is so second nature to me, and something that I don't even think about doing. Food isn't an issue, so now I can put my energy into things that are, like my housework and my schoolwork and things like that. Emmie has been a lifesaver for me, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Like, even my clothes, I had to donate a lot of my clothes because they were just so big. I lost so much around my hip that all of the pants that used to be really tight, I could easily take off, even when the zip was closed, even when everything was fastened. 6 months ago, I'd been like, nah, you can't, you're not wearing those things. Like, shows too much of, your stomach that you don't like. It shows too much of your thighs and everything like that. But now I'm like, I don't have any worries about those things.
Every week, like, shrink. It started with my stomach, and I was like, hey, I'm hot, look at me. It was awesome.
I'm so happy that I made this decision. It's so hard to put everything into words. It really is. You learn so much about yourself aside from food. Like, you just learn so much about you and how to handle situations and how to handle your emotions. And you learn how to be a better person to yourself. My blood pressure was the lowest I have had it since I had my first son, who was 12.
This is the game changer. This is the system. This was the program I was looking for. I have dropped almost 6 pounds in the first 7 weeks of the program, which for someone who already had a low BMI, I was already fit. And so to see a number on the scale that's below what I thought was the lowest I could go was surprising. I'm almost 42. Who would think that they would be this weight at this age? This was exactly what I needed. And that's what I was looking for. I just wanted a system that worked for me.
Now I can truly say that my relationship with food is so good. I was able to lose more weight, diet only.
I can't describe the energy I have. And my kids comment on mommy's energy and me being able to spend more time, spend time with them instead of wanting to go crawl into bed because I have no energy. I mean, like that's what this is about. I want to feel good while I'm living my life. I want to have the energy to enjoy my life, to enjoy my kids, so.
I thought I was only needed to lose 5 pounds, or, I thought I would meet my goals if I lost 10 pounds. And then I ended up now I'm only a couple pounds away from losing 30 pounds total.
No hand pain. I have no hand pain now. Things that were really hitting on my immune system issues it's been huge. I don't know how else to say it. It's been amazing. I love it.
This is working, and it's seriously working. My body became a fat burning machine. I mean, what was it, 3.5 pounds the first week, 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds. And that I did not anticipate this. I thought maybe a pound, maybe it'll take, if I can lose a couple pounds, maybe 5-6 pounds over 6 weeks. That's nice, right? And to learn something new. But no.
If you want this for yourself, if you want results like these, click the link in the down bar. Let's go. Let's do this thing. You deserve it. And I could be talking to you as early as tomorrow. I can't wait to meet you.